our next debate, ladies and gentlemen. Be it resolved that television advertisements aimed at children should be banned. Natasha is representing the government, will be our Prime Minister. Michael is representing the opposition and will be the leader of the opposition. Please welcome Natasha.
All right, I absolutely believe that television ads for children must be banned. I'll give you 3 reasons for this. First, let's talk about childhood. Childhood is riding on bikes, it's playing video games, it's having a carefree existence before you turn into a teenager and have to deal with several different problems, dating, school, high school, but advertisements are ruining childhood. Alcohol commercials, commercials for cigarettes, for cell phones, they're not targeted at adults who can pay for it, they're targeted at children. Because adults will buy these products regardless. Children are the ones who have to be convinced to buy the product. Children are the market for these products. By having advertisements focusing on children, we are taking away from their childhood. That's my first point. Second, we need to teach media literacy before children are actually exposed to commercials. We need to make sure that children really understand how they're being manipulated before it's too late, before they actually begin to conform and see a product and like it for no apparent reason without actually knowing why they're wanting to buy, a Hummer at age of 7. The opposition will say that seeing is teaching, that children will learn from commercials, but that's not true. Children can learn by teachers teaching media literacy in schools. They're not going to get things on their own, necessarily. Maybe some kids will, but not all of them will. Third, it's a responsibility of adults to actually care for children and to censor children to some extent. If we don't do this, then children will be exposed to harmful commercials products without actually knowing the consequences of being exposed to these products. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Prime Minister. So what we've heard is that children deserve to be a carefree existence, a sheltered life. And that even more surprisingly, perhaps that's not surprising, I think we all think that that's wonderful. I mean, I believe in Bambi as well. But the idea, it never occurred to me until the Prime Minister made this point that in fact, alcohol and cigarette ads are aimed at children. And that cell phone ads are aimed at children because the rest of us, we don't need ads. We're just going to go and buy them. We're just going to buy these things. We'll buy cigarettes. I personally think that if there were some advertising executives in the audience here, they might have some significant disagreements over that. I do not think that advertisers think that they need that the rest of us don't need advertising. But on to the point about children. My own sort of thought when I look at the resolution that's been put forward by the government, first of all, television advertising. What's this thing about television advertising? I mean, surely, when we look at the modern era, the modern age, children are exposed to advertising from so many different sources. Even if you were to sort to cut out televisions, we've got YouTube, they've got billboard advertisements, they've got the ads on their cell phones. I mean, any kind of internet you go to, I mean, any site you go to, Facebook, I mean, whatever. I mean, kids are on Facebook, right? Facebook's covered with ads. So television, shutting down television ads just wouldn't work. It would be nothing. Secondly, I don't even know, again, on the point, what's aimed at children. I mean, the government is saying that that all advertising is aimed at children. I'd take the point that even if it's not aimed at, if it's aimed at children, who decides? And I don't know, maybe the CRTC or whatever, or some other big brother is going to decide what's aimed at children. But another point, who says that advertising is all bad? I mean, advertising should be bad. Some advertising is good, some advertising may actually be educational, and some advertising is actually entertaining. I mean, have you ever been to some of those commercials that are put on where the best commercial of the year, and you go down and you actually, people sit and want to watch ads for a couple of hours because they're actually funny and they're entertaining. So ads aren't necessarily bad. In the end result, as I say, all these points, you know, again, if we're talking tonight about doing it for the children, I say, you know, let's lay off the children in terms of banning and protecting them and sort of safeguarding them from the realities of the world. The realities of the world are out there, and you have to defeat this motion.
Okay, I'd just like to say that I'm not promoting that we shelter children. I'm saying that we should teach children through looking at advertisements that are directed at adults, which don't specifically appeal to children. So that way they're able to learn about maybe how adults are manipulated, so that they're able to better understand what may be happening to them when they get to that age where they're actually allowed and able to purchase certain products. Can't we think of advertisements without manipulating, with convincing without manipulating people? Or are they one and the same? We need to have advertisements that don't aim to manipulate. Also, I just want to say that advertisements target they target different age groups, yes, but you know, adults, we have the cognitive capacity to make judgments, or at least, you know, it seems that we should. So if you don't teach kids at a young age, you know, then there's no hope. And yes, if they are young and they are not exposed to an education and to some advertisement,
Interesting discussion. So be it resolved that television advertisements aimed at children should be banned. Who votes in favor of the government? Again, that side of the room, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, versus the opposition. Who votes 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, very nice. Tie. Our first time tonight. Thank you very much.